All right, today we're going to do bell work, and then we are going to complete activity 11. Today's bell work. You are going to scroll through your favorite social media platform. What's an ad, influencer post, or video that convinced you to buy, like, or share something? Do they use ethos, credibility, pathos, emotion, or logos for logic? Give an example. Right there. So if I were to answer this bell work question, I would say favorite social media, TikTok. I like to cook. I like to follow recipes. Actually, I don't really follow them. I kind of like get ideas and do my own thing. I don't have a favorite influencer, but I guess there was an ad or post, whatever it's called on there, with the heatless curls. You guys know what I'm talking about? Okay, I have no idea why those heatless curls do not work for me. I tried, so I bought it. I saw the ad. I saw what it could do, and I thought, oh, I want to take a better approach to keep my hair healthier, right, and not damage it with the heat. So I'm going to buy the heatless curls. I bought it. For whatever reason, I can never get it to work in my hair. But they use ethos, credibility. They posted all the reviews. All the reviews said that it works great. So I was convinced to buy it. Emotion and logic, I guess, would be that I want to keep my hair healthy. I want to stop breaking and damaging my hair from the heat that I use with the curling iron. But unfortunately, it didn't work for me. Oh yeah, I have done a soft one. And the heatless curls actually are really uncomfortable. Have you done it? The silk one, yeah. So just use the thing underneath. Okay. But it's still uncomfortable. Like you can't. But my curl, even though like, okay, so sometimes the curl will curl, but it's not, it's weird. It was like, All right, who wants to share? Anybody? Probably over here. Nobody wants to share? Nobody wants to share? Come on. One person from here. Favorite social media platform? TikTok. So I had a student in my last class who said, I want to say it was Instagram, but he was convinced to buy like 3 packs of cologne on there. Said it was pretty good cologne. Anyone over here? Social media? Okay, TikTok. What were you convinced to buy? Oh, the beach waiver. And did it work for you? Why? Okay. What did they use to convince you to buy it? It is, but you know what? I think it burns your hair. If it stays positioned in that one spot as it, yeah. Your hair does not look dead, so that's it. All right, one person from here. One person, let's go. Real easy question. No? Okay, you're gonna get your participation. All right, moving on. You guys are going to write down questions you have about the previous lesson. On the sheet that you grabbed when you walked in. So any questions, the questions might be like, what are some real life examples of rhetorical appeals in advertising? Or how do you identify the context of a message? Can a text use all 3 rhetorical appeals at the same time? So any questions that you have from yesterday's lesson, write those down. Give you a couple more minutes. I don't even know. 2, you are going to define in your own words, audience, purpose, and context. So go ahead and write in your own words. So based off of what we did yesterday, what can you tell me about audience? You're to define that in your own words. You guys have the definition from yesterday. Or you did it. You did it first. Anybody? Yes. Very good. The people that the message is intended for. Good job. What about purpose?
Why you're talking about?
The reason. Good job. The reason the author or speaker is delivering the message. Are you writing this down, Carson? And context.
How?
The situation, right? The situation, the background, the setting. All right, you are going to give an example of how a rhetorical situation might affect ideal choices. So, an example would be if a speech is being given at a charity event, that would be the context, right? To the people who care about animals, that would be the audience, the people who care about animals. The speaker might use pathos by sharing emotional stories about rescued animals to inspire donations, which would be the purpose. Right? Donations would be the purpose. Yes. Yes. All right, Aiden, what was your example?
Someone more likely.
Someone is more likely to say yes if they are comfortable. What's your example? logical appeal might be more effective with a scientific audience. Good job. Is somebody ready? All right. Good. You wrote something about fast food, telling people not to eat fast food. You're going to want to use logic to get those people not eat fast food. All right. We are going to move on to part 3. I am going to assign you guys a number. That is the link that you are going to use for your advertisement. I want all Chromebooks shut except for one person in the group. One person in the group. So one person in the group is going to log into Google Classroom, pull up the advertisement, and then I'm going to give you your number right now. You guys will be 1, you guys will be 2, Aiden's group 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay? You're going to answer the questions based off of that ad. So number 1 will be what type of text is it, whether it be an advertisement, ad, whatever link you get. Who is the audience intended for? Whether that be parents looking for healthy snacks for kids, whatever the case may be. The author's purpose, who's the context, or what is the context of the text. And then identify 2 appeals used in the advertisement, whether that be pathos, logos, ethos, and how these appeals relate to rhetorical situations. And then we will do part 4. That is just going to be a summary of your group's findings. That can be in bullet points. So go ahead and open up the link. Make sure that the laptop, whoever the one person is in the group, is facing the laptop so the whole group can see the advertisement. Alright, table one. What type of text did you have? Advertisement, and who was the audience intended for? Racing fans. What was the author's purpose? Show off the car. What was the context of this text? We're at a racing track. So they used digital ad at a racing track. Okay. What were the two appeals used? Ethos and paper. Job. All right, this group. What type of text did you have? Advertisement. Good job. Who was the intended audience? Then, what was the author's purpose? Come on, man. Okay, what was the author's purpose? Sell the truck. Job. What was the context of this text? A truck selling company to promote the company. The truck, okay. And what two appeals were used? So, ethos and pathos. Good job. All right, this group. What type of text was it? An ad. Who was the intended audience? Say that again. People and children? Oh, people with children. What was the author's purpose? To sell the product. Good job. What was the context? Laundry being dirty and cleaning it. All right. And what two appeals were used? Logos and ethos. Good job. All right. DeAndre's group. What type of text do you have? An ad, okay. Who is the intended audience? People watching the Super Bowl. What was the author's purpose? To sell avocados from Mexico. What was the context of this text? Aliens, a digital ad of aliens showing stuff that we have and do. Okay, and what were two appeals used? So ethos and pathos. All right, this group right here. What type of text was it? Ad. Who was the intended audience? Truck buyers. And what was the author's purpose? To have people buy their truck. What is the context of the text? Show the design of the car. Good. And what were the two appeals? Logos and those? Okay, good job. All right, this group. What type of text did you have? An ad? Who was the intended audience? Say that again? Diet Coke drinkers. What was the author's purpose? To attract a young audience. And what was the context of this text? Targeting trend conscious consumers. Okay. And what were the two appeals we used? Ethos and pathos. Good job. All right, this group. What type of text did you have?
The PSA.
Public service announcement. Who is the intended audience? Everybody. What was the author's purpose? Good. And what was the context? Or did you just say that? A digital ad to stop waste. Okay, the use of plastic. Good job. And what two appeals were used? Pathos and logos. Good job. All right. So go ahead and fill out part 4 if you have not done so already. Again, part 4 can be done in bullet points. That is a summary of your group's findings from the ad. So an example, like I said, would be our group found that the text was an advertisement aimed at whatever your ad was about. Or the main purpose was to convince a buyer to buy what? The text used both ethos, pathos, whatever the case may be.
I'm done. Thank you.
If you guys finish, make sure your name is written on your paper and turn it into your period. Don't forget your name.